You're tuning into Sports Nights with Jorge on YouTube. Your truly channel that gives live scores and update on the go. And now here is your host.
Hey sports fan, welcome to Sports Night with Jorge once again. Thank you for joining in tonight. Tonight we're going to discuss the Thursday night game. It's actually tomorrow. I didn't do my pick, but I'm going to do my pick today. Well, first of all, let me start by saying thank you so much those that have subscribed, give me the thumbs up and the like. I appreciate that, guys and girls. We have the Denver Broncos visiting the New Orleans Saints tomorrow night on prime time. I think it's at 7 o'clock, 7:30. A must win for the Saints after starting the season at 2-0. They have lost 4 games in a row, especially the last game. They got blown out big time, guys. And, they had 3 close games after that, blown out by actually Tampa Bay. Then we had the Broncos drop a tough one against San Diego at home. So both teams actually needs to win. Denver's 3-3. New Orleans 2-4. I like New Orleans by 3 points. I think their defense will show up, will pressure Knicks, the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. I think Evan Kamara will have a good game, even though Patrick Surtain is still injured for the Patrick Surtain II is still injured for the Denver Broncos. We don't know yet if he's going to play or not. So that's one of the key players they got. And according to what I see, he's still out. So with a concussion, hopefully he could come and play. If he doesn't, then it's another story, guys. So we're going to talk also about the trades that happened yesterday or the day before, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying they're good trades or bad trades. I do believe that Devontae Adams going to New York, it's going to create a controversy. I already saw receiver Wilson on the trading block, or Williams on the trading block. I know that the Jets are 2-4. They want to win. And I don't think Devontae Adams would do a difference. Now, I'm not saying that he's not good. He's a great receiver. But you're creating an atmosphere in New York that the moment you lose one more game or lose 2 more games, you're going to have issues. The fans are already upset with New York. Okay, when you have a big city, they expect big things from you. Okay, Amari Cooper going to the Buffalo Bills. Yes, he's not a Stephon Diggs. He will help also Allen in the passing game. But once again, is that player going to take that team or make this team better? Yeah, probably better. Are they going to win a division? We don't know yet, guys. It's too close. I mean, it was a tough loss for the Jets on Monday night, unfortunately. If they would have beat them, they would have been tied 3-3, but it didn't happen that way. Miami's coming along. They're 2-3. I was seeing the press conference with Hutley talking, Tyreek Hill talking, and Holland. Holland, he doesn't know if he's going to play or not. They're planning to put him, he's not ruled out. Remember, he has a broken hand. They're planning to put him with a cast and a protected on the cast so he could play. I imagine that's uncomfortable. Tyreek Hill was asked questions by the media about Huntley. How's he progressing? How does he see things? And it's hard to learn the game book of the Miami Dolphins when you're a quarterback and you're in your probably third game, which that's what Huntley is, third game. He lost the first one, he won the second one. And according to Tyreek Hill, he's feeling more comfortable with the playbook. That's a good thing for the Dolphins. Now, I did put something out there about Tua Tagovailoa. No, I'm not saying that he's not coming back. I want you to understand that. Okay? McDaniel's press conference says Tua did not practice this week. We want to evaluate more and give him more time. Now, as a fan, as a podcaster, that makes you think. It's not easy being out for a long time to come back and prepare yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest, and I always am. I mean, that's my opinion. You're gonna have your opinion. Do we know he's coming back 100%? Do we know that he's healthy 100%? When you get back into the field and you experience these concussions through your career, it's hard to swallow. And mentally and physically, it wears you out mentally and physically. But it's in your mind when you hit the field. My only concern with the Miami Dolphins, guys and girls and fans, it's how to protect Tua Tagovailoa. You see all these trades going on, and I'll go back to the trade in a few minutes. If you want Tua to make it through the whole year, you got to get some offensive linemen. They were looking at free agency now coming up. I think the due date's November 5th. I mean, I know it started early. We had 2 trades already. There's rumor about Cooper Kupp. There's rumor about Hansen from the Jets. They gave him the free will to look for a team. That's another one that it could be a third rounder. It could end up a second rounder for Philadelphia. So it's so many things that could happen. But going back to Tua, it's a big question mark for the Miami Dolphins. I'm not saying he's taking a risk. I'm not saying that he cannot do it. I know he's a competitor. He wants to win in this league. He wants to show the Dolphins that he's the the quarterback of this franchise. But that remains to be seen. That's something that I just brought it up, and I guess I put it on my shorts, and people freak out and start saying, "Hey, man, McDaniel said that." No, McDaniel never said that he's coming back. All McDaniel said was this: I expect Tua to play in 2024. He's never said he's coming back. I want to clarify that. That's why sometimes you got to be careful how you listen and how you say things. I'm not an expert because I'm not a doctor. Like I said, I'm not but you got to be careful how you say things. And the way McDaniel said it in his press conference, we expected Tua in 2024. Expected doesn't mean that he's coming back. Expected doesn't mean that, okay, one day he'll show up and play. He's thinking about it. That's the way I see it. Maybe I misunderstood. So that's one thing we got to look at, guys. I know you guys are fans. You guys are happy. I mean, I wish him the best. I wish he'd come back because I'm not a Tua hater. I love the guy. A Christian brother, a great believer, a family guy. But football is not everything in the world. I understand that that's a career. That's what they apply for. That's what they live for. But at the end of the day, anything could happen. Anything could change. So going back to the trades, I'm listening to Jets fans. And some Jets fans, trust me, some do, not all of them. I'm not going to say all. Some don't think that Devontae Devontae Adams, sorry, it's going to help this team. He might help them. I'm not saying he's not going to help them, but you're going to build a controversy between receivers. One guy said it, and I said it to my last podcast. Who's the GM? Who's the vice president? Who's the owner of operation to make this decision? It's not Aaron Rodgers, guys. That's what I said on my last podcast. You want to win Aaron Rodgers another Super Bowl? Bring your whole freaking team from the Green Bay Packers when you won the Super Bowl and put them in the Jets team. That's all I can say. Now, I might not sound too nice about it, but you're not the same, man. The Achilles injury is a tough injury. I saw the sacks that the Buffalo Bills gave this guy. I mean, he got pounded. He will come back with the offensive line of the Jets, giving an issue again. So the test, this last 3 games coming up with the Jets, it's a major test. It's really a major test. Now, going back to the Buffalo Bills. Allen is just Josh Allen. The man does everything. Of course, we know. And when I said something yesterday, people also misunderstood. He's a great quarterback, but he's a turnover machine. But when the guy plays, man, especially with his legs and his arms, he'll tear you apart. That's how good he is. I mean, Allen don't even look like a quarterback. Allen looks like a freaky linebacker. That's how big that guy is, how strong he is. And he's not afraid to take a hit either, even though he took one in the head the other day against Houston when he hit the floor, when he hit the turf. But anyhow, and then going back to Amari Cooper, yeah, it's a help. It's something that helps Allen down the road because now he doesn't have to count on his leg all the time. He could throw deep. But then once again, I'm going to bring this up. So then you don't trust what you have. That goes to the Jets and Buffalo. So you don't trust the receivers you have in the field. You don't trust in your own roster. If you let's look at Buffalo trade for a second. They're 4-2. They're 4-2. That's a good trade. But the Jets are 2-4. That's not a good trade. Now you have to overcome from a 2-4 record. And the Bills are sitting where they wanted, 4-2. Now Miami wins on Sunday. I'm not saying they are. It's going to be a difficult task. But according to what I hear from Huntley, interview from the media from Miami, and the interview for Tyreek Hill, how they're working together, how this Saturday and Sunday they took time. He took some receivers. He did want to name. I know one was Waddle, and they practiced together. So, listen, he said that he's learning the playbook. It's a different offense, and he knows that already. He knows that he's going to have to use his legs besides his arm, and he could do it. But if Miami cannot protect him, what good does it do? See, everybody talks about Tua coming back. I'm not worried about Tua coming back. I'm worried about the offensive line. What is Greer and McDaniels are going to do to upgrade this offensive line? Let's be honest. Running the ball, yes. Running the ball will help a lot the quarterback. Less pressure on the quarterback. But if you can't protect them, what makes you think you're going to win the game? I'm looking at all these games Miami has coming up, and I'm looking at defense. It's funny how we said as a podcasters, and I listen to a lot of them, and a lot of them have good points. They have more knowledge than I do. I'm not going to say they don't, but they come up with saying, these are easy games. These are easy games. These are easy games. They got the Cardinals. Then before they got the Cardinals, they got the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be a tough game. And that they look at the schedule. Listen, there's no such thing in the NFL as an easy schedule. you still got to play, okay, 60 minutes of football, 15 in each quarter. And you haven't won until the last whistle is rung. So don't know why people think that, man, Miami got an easy schedule. That could be 5-3. That could be 6-3. They got a bye week. They're rested. They still got injured players. And I know that we want to lift our morale up and we want to be excited about our team. And I'm going to tell you, do not be excited. But let's look at the realistic stuff. What have they done to protect the quarterback? And that's Skylar Thompson, that's Huntley, and that's Tua. What have you done to protect them? Because we're going to be here back here on Sunday, then coming Monday, and I'll do the recap, and we're back to the same old thing. The Colts are good. Trust me. The Colts could score points. They score over 35 against the Jaguars. They lost in overtime. Okay? And they'll be scoring points. Miami's not scoring points. If Miami wants to win this game, I'm going to tell you the truth. They got to score over 21, 28 points. And so far, Miami has not shown that. And that's one thing we have to look and not overlook. I know you're excited. I know you're pumped up. But guys and girls, you got to look at this. Sometimes we don't look at this. We overlook it. But anyhow, for tomorrow night, once again, I'm going to say it. I pick the New Orleans Saints to break the losing streak. If New Orleans lose this one, this is it, guys. If Denver wins, and this is funny, this is the coach of the Denver Broncos coming back home to New Orleans. Maybe New Orleans will ruin his comeback to New Orleans. Who knows, guys? And let's be honest, man. The Saints has been scoring points. Their 4 losses, 3 of them, was last-minute drives. They couldn't hold on. It's not they're playing bad ball. Now, I remember when they started 2-0, everybody would say, oh, man, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's 2 games. It's 17 games in the season. But these are the games you don't want to fall behind. Miami either. Miami falls behind. They're tied with the Jets at 2-4. Miami wins at 3-3. And then they're only 1 game behind the Buffalo Bills. And then the era of Tua Tagovailoa, if he come back, we don't know that, guys. We just don't know that. I'm not going to put something out there and say, he's coming back. And we don't know that. Mike Daniel couldn't say it better. He's not going to practice this week. I know he's coming back sometime in 2024. Did that give me any kind of hope? Maybe. Is that telling me he's going to start again? No. Is that telling me he's not sure? Maybe. I mean, I could say so many things. I'm not gonna be negative, okay? I wish the kid come back. I hope because I know what his dream is. His dream is to take this team to a championship, take this team and win the division, take this team and take them to the Super Bowl. That's Tua's. But guess what? That's not only Tua. That's every quarterback in this league, guys. Any quarterback in this league. And I want to say something. I want to bring this up too. Bear fans. Some Bears got upset the moment they traded Fields to Pittsburgh. That's another controversy there with Fields and the veteran, Wilson. You might not see it. They said there's nothing wrong. He's back from injury. But you still play with the hot hand. Who has the hot hand? Is Fields, the young guy. Different quarterback style. It's now a running, throwing quarterback, something that Pittsburgh never had since Cordell Stewart. So, but now you got Chicago fans that criticize Caleb Williams, and now he's having a heck of a good time now. They're winning, guys. Started kind of ugly but their defense are playing well for the Bears. Look at the Commanders, even though they lost against the Ravens, they gave a fight against the Ravens. See, I like to see the positive stuff from these young players. Because we started batching them, and we batched them. They say they're terrible, they're rookies, they're going to make mistakes. That is normal. But once you start getting comfortable and getting used to it and getting better, and that's what they have done. Daniels from the Commanders, Caleb from the Bears. They said, I'm going to tell you who was impressed too. Mays, who lost against, was it Houston who they lost to last week? Yeah, Houston, the Houston Texans. But man, Mace showed a lot of promising through 3 touchdown pass. Okay, through 3 interceptions. But then, his butterfly, his nervous came out, and he started scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. The guy's looking good. There's a future there for New England. See, we have to look at the positive. We got to stop looking at the negative, guys. Because we look at ourselves and we have made mistakes before in our lives. And I'm not going to get personal on that one either. But, these are players playing pro football. It's not easy to play in this league. Not easy at all. But once again, thank you so much to those that have subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for the thumbs up and the comments. I hope you enjoy this. It's a short video. Once again, I'm not making it long. Hopefully I get more information. Like I said, I do have a full-time job. Hopefully this week I'll get my my weekly wrap up and my picks for Sunday. I done well again. I finished 9-5 last week. So I think my record is 50. I had it here. It's 52-40. So I'm 12 games over 500 in the first 6 weeks of the NFL. That is awesome. I take that anytime. So hopefully, if I win to tomorrow night, I'll be 53-40. But I'll take that anytime, and then I got the rest of the week for the picks. So anyhow, thank you so much for subscribing one more time. Thank you for liking the show. And once again, thank you so much for seeing and watching and listening to Sports Night with Jorge. You guys have a blessed night, and talk to you guys soon. Thank you.